Hello everyone, my name is Jayan and today we are the 13th of September and this will be the 173rd video that I'm talking to the camera for 5 minutes straight. I will say it's a pretty semi-productive day. I've done the X account that I've talked about yesterday. I have done a little bit of research, the deadline, and the Casper test date will be officially determined on the 22nd of January next year. So wish myself the best luck for this, and we'll see what life opens up. I also got my flexibilities ready, so I have a job lined up for me. Um, but I feel like there is like I don't know, not enough exposure to the applications to the um, sectors that I want to apply. I think I'm working with more doctors in a preventive clinic rather than rehab. So I think that is mostly my top weakness here. But I really cannot find time like above a full-time job and volunteer for a clinic plus the gym. Um, yeah, it is just way too much. I'll see what I can do. That is, in fact, a pretty decent ask from them. But yeah, they ask us to film why and what exposure you had, and I feel like I did not have too much in the clinic because I'm on the preventive side. That's probably one of the weaknesses of my application. But I have 2 years of professional, healthcare training. Um, that can be something that I will try to focus my speech on. But yeah, still haven't figured out what are the schools that I want to try. Maybe McMaster, Alberta, and also McGill. But seats are limited, so you never know what you can get. And yeah, also we did some training, so all the training today is done. Running was surprisingly feeling very easy. 15 minutes, one on, one off. We did 7 of them, so that was really, really nice. I was able to consistently run at a solid 4 minute, even 3 minute pace, 3:58 pace. So I'm happy with this. Yeah, so tomorrow I'll continue my research. That will be the bulk aim for tomorrow, and to read a little bit about the books, benefit from my weekends, things like that. And yeah, we shall see what it will open up next. So for the Casper today, let me just pull out. The chat has been so long, and then like 5 minutes to generate something. You're a part of a small neighborhood association planning a community garden. Two groups of residents strongly disagree strongly. One group wants to dedicate most of the space uh, to growing vegetables for local food banks. The other group wants it to be primarily recreational space with flowers and benches for relaxation. Both groups accuse the other being selfish, and the conflict is escalating during a planning meeting. Nice. Okay, so let me get 30 seconds on, and there we go. If you were in this situation, how would you mediate the conflict and ensure that both sides feel respected and fairly represented in the final decision? If I would be in this situation, I will first feel like the tension is rising up and the situation is escalating. So I will immediately step in, and the reason being that I want to make sure that the conversation we are having is constructive and also clear, and we can find out the best for the community before it escalates into a dispute. I will suggest both sides to take turns to explain why their proposition is the most beneficial for the community. And I will also try to investigate on the need of the community, whether the need is to have more food in the food bank or to have benches to relax on. And depending on the need, I will make sure to lay out all the facts and make sure to involve all the community member to vote on what they think is the best for the whole community. In the if the final compromise still leaves one group dissatisfied, how would you address their frustration while maintaining community unity moving forward? It is very normal if we go on to a common ground or a compromise that one of the two groups might feel frustrated or left behind. My approach will be to have very clear and open communication with them, trying to figure out what is the root cause of the frustration, and to figure out also whether there's a alternative way that we can make up for that. So supposedly, for example, in this situation that the group arguing for recreational space feels left out, my incentive will be to discuss with us whether there can be any other alternative community space that we can use for relaxing, such as abandoned stores or another public area that is being mostly abandoned, and we can allocate some budget to compromise for them to make sure they feel comfortable and for their needs to be satisfied. So okay, so first I will say, first I will acknowledge both perspective respectfully, so people don't, so people feel heard. Okay, yeah, true, I forgot that part. The value of growing food is for vulnerable population and the importance of building space for common wellness. For common discussion, invite both sides with I will invite the group towards common ground. For example, recognize both into sections. Okay, that's also a good. If despite compromise, one group remains unhappy, or if there was frustration or resentment behind. Yes. Okay. All right. So yeah. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Still, I have to like mention just quickly the views right before I jump into the action. Yeah. That's what I was lacking here. All right. I will practice a little bit more tomorrow, and I'll see you tomorrow.